Yo, what's going on, guys? Koi here, and today we're going to be, talking about the most broken farming method in the entire game. Now, this is going to help you get resources, this is going to help you get souls, this is going to help you get squad level, this is going to help you pretty much get every single resource in the entire game, no problem at all. Now, I could explain this method, and it is going to require an auto clicker because this game does have one of those auto send you back to the menu type deal. So it'll send you back to spawn if you take too long, or if you don't click or you don't touch the screen for too long, it will do a thing. So for a lot of people, you probably would like to use an auto clicker for this. If you need an auto clicker, I will drop a link down below in the description for you guys to actually use an auto clicker. I will pull out my auto clicker just to show you guys how I would actually do this, because you don't need anything fancy like Tiny Task or anything like that, but an auto clicker would be very useful in this regard. Tiny Task does work if you already have Tiny Task, if you have watched any of my videos on Anime Switch before, so do not worry. Okay, so with this requirement, it's going to require you to to like kind of have bosses. Now, the problem with this method, right, is that if anyone else tries to join you, there's a high chance that you won't share the rewards. But as you can see, just sitting between bosses, and this is the crazy part, right? They just buffed the range of like the distance that the warriors could actually go to. So the distance got even bigger than it was before, which makes this entire method so freaking broken now compared to the way it even was before. Is it more is it more efficient? Kind of hard to say because, as they auto battle, there is a chance they will be caught on their own, but that really just depends on your power level, your character's power levels, and stuff like that. And we'll be discussing methods to actually boost character power levels even faster than before. Whenever we actually talk about future in a future video, I just kind of want to have that as its own thing. As you can see, we're defeating Broly, we're collecting minerals, we're destroying characters. You could get the chests if you want to. I prefer getting higher level character chests, obviously, because higher level character, higher level area type deal. And, it's just kind of worth it to do that instead. And you can do this in higher level areas. For instance, if we talk about, let's say, Big Mom. Big Mom is probably one of the more perfect ones to actually farm over here, especially if you guys are fighting Big Mom over here. As you can see, dealing with her over here is not going to be that big of a problem as long as you have the sufficient amount of power. And after you defeat her, you could collect the chest, or you could leave this on an auto clicker. And even if your characters die, they will reset and they will come back. But the thing is, you don't want your characters to die 100% of the time. Like, you don't want them to die so fast that they can't even respawn or can't even group up anymore. Jasper just got hit right there because, just bad luck. This is a lot better if you use like said healer. A healer also works in that regard, and we'll talk a little bit more about that as we kind of get through different farming methods and stuff like that in future videos. Because to cover everything in one is going to like just take forever, because different farming methods or the different things that you can boost and stuff like that. This is probably the easiest one out of all of them to make, because the other ones are going to be a little more in-depth about details, about stats and stuff like that. But that's really more about how further I get in the game, and then we'll kind of move on from there. As you can see, we're kind of buffed now, especially since like the range buff is just insane. We're very, very excited for that. But the best ways to actually make this farming method a lot more useful is actually by focusing on getting more how do you say, characters that have more defense, or getting characters that do have more um, healing, like healing characters. There are not a lot, like there's not a lot really of good real healing characters. We'll discuss a few since we're here. And I'm just moving my auto clicker for a second. There are some characters that could be considered decent healing characters. This guy, I wouldn't say so, because he does have a nice like healing orb, but to get copies of him or any other character like in that matter, you'd actually have to focus on getting copies of them and then getting them to 60 as fast as possible. Same thing with Sakura. But it's harder to do that, focusing on a healer like that, when you could just try your best to focus on a healer like this chick right here, Felix. This character is a mythical healer. It's super easy to get mythicals in the game. All you have to do is hit the pity. But the thing is, getting the specific hero is going to probably require gems if you're unlucky. We'll discuss that in later on, whenever we start talking about summoning methods and stuff like that, and the best way to get gold. And once we actually talk more and more about that type of stuff. For instance, Makima is a healer. There are a lot of healers that are like higher up there, and it comes down to power. They don't have like a little thing that kind of says if they're a healer or not. They kind of just say that they are intelligence, which I don't like because it might as well just call these guys mages. Because I would just assume that healers should be in their own category because tanks are in their own category. It's a little confusing because there are mages, and these dudes are already magic damage dealers. So I don't see why someone like Gato is like crowd control, kind of like CC damage, more like a. He kind of acts a lot more like a how do you say? He acts a lot more like an actual mage than a healer. I don't know why he's in the intelligence category. Maybe it's because they kind of want to focus on intelligence teams and other types of teams like that. But that would kind of require them to actually have different, let's say, warriors to actually have buffs that heal their team. And if that's not the case, then what is the point of them sharing? But it is what it is. We'll just we'll kind of figure this out and get further and further. I got a lot of free time nowadays. It's just today I got very busy. So I got very busy with today and lots of adult stuff I had to go and do, like bank runs and stuff like that, and go set up different things. Rimuru is a healer. That is actually crazy. Yeah, I actually might try to go for a Rimuru or something like that. Rimuru or what's another good character? I know a lot of characters like Leech characters sound very, very dope in my opinion too. I think Leech characters could definitely work this because they have the effect of bleed, and they also have the effect of, I believe, healing themselves. Let's see. No? Well, yeah, I guess you're not a very good Leech character, are you, if you can't heal yourself based off of attacks? Um, I know that they're trying to balance the game right now, for sure. I've seen it. I've seen them like talk about balancing and stuff like that. I'm not tripping at all. It's just that a lot of these characters are obviously way better than a lot of the other characters. Like this one, leech rate for 7 seconds. That's really good. Leeching is very, very good. I don't know why Zoro doesn't really have that kind of quality. I mean, I could be wrong, honestly. I don't know. I didn't see that in his skills. See, increased damage, increased damage. Even the damage increases aren't that big on some of these characters that are supposed to be like legendary and stuff like that. But we'll just have to see. Yeah, I don't see any leech on this entire kit. I only see bleed. Then like he doesn't leech. Then I don't. That just doesn't make any sense to me. It's cool though. We'll figure it out. As you can see, pretty much I've just been standing here this entire time. Of course, you're going to have to interact with the screen. And I already have, like, my squad level went up. My wood went up because of my squad level. And, that's very, very important. And I'm probably going to name this video how to get your squad level up the fastest because this is kind of the method that you have to do. The big bosses actually do give you a lot of resources, whether that be souls, whether that be the wood and the rocks around them, or even just straight up money and straight up squad level EXP, which is super, super useful. As you can see, more money, boom. More Ryuk cards too, so it's kind of a bonus. Very, very dope. I think they increased the range a little too much on these warriors, man. Someone with a high level army could take on an entire map with this type of setup. And, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I don't want to waste anyone else's time right now. I just wanted to discuss characters and stuff like that so you guys can stay informed. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know down below. I will see you guys later. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell down below. I will see you guys in the future video. Peace out.